The glass top on my coffee table broke, and instead of getting a replacement made from a local glass shop, I decided to make use of a spare glass top I already had by cutting it down to size. So in this video, I'm going to show you how to cut glass to whatever size you need. I bought an inexpensive glass scorer that came as a kit with multiple scorers and cutting oil, all for less than $15 from Amazon. This is an oil feed scorer, and you use the dropper to fill it with cutting oil to keep the scoring wheel oiled. You have to unscrew from the top to be able to fill it. There is a hole behind the wheel so the oil can come out, but I don't think you can see that. Since I don't want oil sitting inside it, I'm just going to put a drop directly on the wheel and that's it. Now I've already cleaned the glass and marked where I'm going to cut. I'm going to cut in two places. I'm putting on some double-sided tape to help keep the straight edge in place, and this will help me score in a straight line. Here's a close-up of how I'm holding the scorer. I grip the scorer like I would hold a pencil and push down as hard as I could. I don't have a lot of strength in my hands and fingers, so my pushing down as hard as I could is probably going to be the same as some guy pushing down with just medium force. I'm using the ball at the end of the scorer to tap the back of the glass along the score line. Tapping is really helpful here because the glass piece being cut off is so narrow that it's really hard to break off. What's happening when I tap is that it causes the glass to internally split along the score line down from the top surface where it's scored to the bottom surface underneath. And you can see this internal crack developing as you tap if you look closely. I put a piece of molding underneath the score line to help break off the glass. As you can see, I'm not strong enough to press down with enough force to break the piece off in a single snap, but I did manage to break it off into pieces. The break wasn't clean, but I can trim down the protruding parts with a tile nipper. And then I have a Dremel with a diamond tile cutting wheel that I can use to easily grind down the rest nicely. I'll show how easy it is to use a Dremel in another video. Now it's time to cut a second piece from the side, and I already put down some double-sided tape. Even though this piece of glass is not so narrow, I'm tapping the glass again because this glass is somewhat thick. So I wasn't confident that I could just snap off the piece successfully after scoring. Now there's a downside to tapping, which is that when you split the glass by tapping, the top surface that's scored will get broken in a straight line. But the break on the bottom side will follow the score line somewhat, but not break off in a straight line. I'll show you what I mean later. So I'm showing you how thick the glass is. It's a hair over 3/16 of an inch and a little over 5 millimeters. Here's a close-up of the molding that I used. You can also use a thin dowel. The glass that I cut down fits very nicely into the opening of my coffee table. Just in case you're wondering, yes, I spray painted my coffee table gold. Now here's a close-up view. The surface that got scored is now facing down, and the surface that was bottom side is now facing up. And you can see that the glass didn't get cut straight on that side. That's because of the tapping, which helped me break off the glass more easily, but this can happen. But if you look from about 3 feet away, it really doesn't look that bad.